Doug, are you able to just clarify the situation surrounding David Ngog? There's been a bit of speculation this week.
Yeah, that's always going to happen when you find players at the team. You know, I've explained to David that he's lost his position in the team because of his lack of form. It's as simple as that. You know, we're not. He's a good player, David. You know, he's got a part to play. But right now he's lost his form and he's out of the team, and he's got to accept that and do something about it. Now some players move on and some players dig deep, you know, and David will decide what he's got to do. We've had no official offers for David. We've had a few inquiries, you know, on his coming out in January, but we feel, you know, that David's got to make that decision. Does he want to fight for his place, or does he want to move on? And we'll wait and see how it opens. But there'll be no concrete offers as to speak, so there'll be nothing to reject. But there has been two inquiries.
I'm guessing you'll have one or two plans in place in terms of getting players in as well here.
Yes, you know how I work, Dan. You know what we do. We're very, we're very deep thinkers when it comes to what we're signing. You know, we have got a list of 5 players that we believe will add to the squad, but I'm also realistic. We've also got to move people out. I've got a responsibility to the board to make sure the financial fair play. I've got a responsibility to the fans to make sure we've got a football club going forward, you know, and a sustainable football club from a financial point of view. So players are going to have to move on for that plan to be put into place. You know, I'm very realistic about that, and I would never, you know, try and put the club in a bad position financially. So, you know, naturally players are going to move on, and if they do move on, then yes, we have got plans in place, and we have looked at players that we believe will strengthen the squad.
Any certain positions? I mean, left back is probably a position.
Yeah, well, for Alex, he's done fantastic for us, but he's not a natural left back. You know, that's where a little bit of bad luck's coming for us this season. You know, it's only one position we've not got covered in terms of a cover there, so he's not a younger player in the younger development squad. I've not got a left back right now as we speak, so been difficult for Alex, but I think it's a position that we need to balance it up. You know, I think Alex has done fantastic for us in most of the games, but there's going to be certain games where he's wrong-footed, so he's going to come up against a difficult opponent. I think he stuck out the task on Sunday and won at the end, but I think we need to balance that up with our left back. I strongly think we need a little bit of pace still out wide. I think in certain games, you know, we could do with a wide player, and we're always going to say strikers, you know, because that's what coaches. That's the difference in a striker. So there's certain positions that we feel, but we're also ready. If somebody moves out, you know, if we get a bid for somebody that's the right money, then we're ready to do business. I believe that over a year I've been involved, that, you know, that it's a fantastic club to work for, because there was a plan put in place, there's a policy put in place, and all I do is, you know, implement that policy. And it's great to work from that framework to work to a plan, and we've changed the team dramatically, you know, in terms of it's a younger team, more dynamic and more energetic, and playing some fantastic football on the ground, you know. So we've changed it. Yes, we've got a long way to go, but as I say, we're working towards a plan, and the plan is obviously to sign these players to move the club forward. We're never going to be satisfied. We're always trying to move forward and trying to think outside the box when signing a player. So, you know, we look forward to January, and let's see what happens.